I'm Christine. Welcome to Book Talk. Today we're discussing These Broken Stars by AMIE KAUFMAN and, whoa, you can't see it. It's so shiny. AMIE KAUFMAN and Megan Spooner. Ooh. These Broken Stars is our February Book Explosion book of the month. You finally forced me to pick this book up because I've had it for some ages of time and I haven't picked it up. It's so beautiful. I just had to read it. Look at it. I read the book. And last night when I finished it, I had this sense of triumph. I did it. So These Broken Stars wasn't what I was expecting it to be at all. Look at the cover. It looks like we're gonna be on a ship in space. Someone described it as Titanic. Titanic in space. It's not Titanic in space. The first 50 pages is a little bit like Titanic in space. There is a wealthy girl. The guy, he's not Jack. He's not Jack from Titanic. He's not Leo. That's what I was expecting. And it's not. Now, that's why I hate comparisons to things. I would have picked this up anyway because it has a beautiful cover. But I was looking forward to Titanicing in space because you sold it to me like that. I would compare this kind of to Under the Never Sky, except I like this better than Under the Never Sky. It's not my favorite book. I didn't absolutely love it, but I enjoyed it. I would give it 4 out of 5 stars, an 87 out of 100. Why didn't I love it? When I imagined reading this book, I imagined reading about a crash and these lovers trying to survive the crash together. The story is actually about a big ship in space. It goes down. These two get out on an escape pod and land on a random planet. And then it's them trying to survive and be rescued on this random planet. Not them on a ship that's crashing and burning and everyone's running around screaming and we have to go get Jack because he's in jail in the lower deck and what's going down. It's not like that. I enjoyed the story. It got a little weird in a cool way throughout the middle. Like in a losty kind of way. But it got a little weird toward the end. It was definitely a fun read. It was super quick. I read the whole thing in one day, except for 75 pages. It's a survival story. Will I read the second book? I'm not sure. I heard that it's not about these two characters. It's like a companion in the same world. I don't know how I feel about those. We'll see. I don't know if that's because I have a thing with space. I don't think it is. I think it's my thing with the end. There was some stuff that I feel like wasn't thoroughly explained or thoroughly fleshed out, and I like that stuff to be thoroughly fleshed out. Sometimes it doesn't matter. It matters to me in something like this. Okay, that's it for the non-spoiler section. So bye non-spoiler people. Bye-bye. Go read the book and come back and discuss if it sounds like something you would like. If you like space and planets and trekking through the woods with attractive boy and rich girl. Okay, with this book, I found myself just not loving either of the main characters, and I think that has something to do with me not loving the actual story. Even if I did have that little problem that I had with the end, I would have loved it if I loved Lilac or if I loved Travers. They're both fine, but they're not ha, you are hilarious and cute and funny and I love you. It wasn't like that. All throughout the beginning, Lilac was so annoying that even though there were moments where she was funny in her annoyingness, I was still annoyed. She wore that dress for such a long time before putting on that stupid mechanic suit. Why? I know she was like, oh, I'm toughing it out with my high heel shoes in the wilderness. No, you're not. You're being stupid with your high heel shoes in the wilderness. I love the fact that she was a really good mechanic, kind of like a not as awesome Raven from the 100. I liked how it progressed in the beginning. She had this weird, crazy thing going on. I immediately thought aliens when she was having these weird visions, and I was trying to figure it out. But as it went on, it just got fucking weird. With the stuff that they recreate, the real things, like the canteen and the flower. At first, it was cool, but when they started disappearing, it got confusing as F. That thing with the lights flickering on and off with the yes or no, that was creepy as shit. I like when they finally started talking to each other. It was nice. It was never adorable, funny, cute, and my favorite, but it was nice. And then we have that night where Lilac finally kisses him, and then he's all, oh, you're just gonna forget about me. That was just the classic, oh, we can't be together for no reason whatsoever. You're on a planet all alone. You might die at any moment and you can't kiss her back. Then we get together and everything's hunky-dory, and then a second later Lilac's like, I must sacrifice myself. That whole I must light the fuse thing to get into the building. We couldn't make a longer fuse. We couldn't think this through longer. It was so dumb. That whole section just went by really fast. It felt underdeveloped and underexplained and stupid. Why did he sit there and let her do the fuse? It just didn't feel real to the characters that we've been reading through the whole time. That happens Lilac dies, and shit just starts getting weirder and weirder. I hated that the stuff that they brought back could turn to dust, and then they bring her back. She feels like a ghost. She's like reborn. Her skin hurts, and it's weird. It's like the Deathly Hallows with the Resurrection Stone, and they come back as a half-life. That's exactly what I imagined it to be. But aliens brought her back. I just don't understand. It's one thing to bring back an object. It's another thing to bring back a living, breathing person with memories. How'd they do that? It would be another thing to bring back her body to life, but they just create a whole new one. Like a clone. She's like a clone of herself with the memories. I just don't get it, because I thought when she came back, maybe she wouldn't have the memories. Maybe she'd be like brand new, like before with the canteen. It didn't have the memories, like the scars and stuff from battle. I love the part when she had to save Travers. There's just so much character development with Lilac, and I love everything that's kind of grounded, that doesn't involve the aliens so much. I never understood the whole dimensional rift thing. I don't get it. What is it? What is it used for? It just seems like some black hole that you pull aliens through for me, and then there's like a big blast of energy. It's not explained clearly. I'm not a scientist. I've never studied these things. I don't get it. What is it for? How do they know how to get the aliens through the rift? It's confusing, and I don't like it when confusing things are not explained and then they're used as huge plot points. The rift is the thing that brought her back to real human life. It's not just like a minor pinpoint that we see and it's like, oh, the aliens came out of that. No. I did love that part where she had to save Travers and she had to go through the boat and kept coming back through the boat. It's just a really intense section that forced her to realize that she can do this. She can save herself, and she can take care of Travers, and she can be awesome at it. She just has to apply herself. She came to her own, and she kicked ass. But again, you couldn't have made a longer fuse. You couldn't have thought about that a little bit more before you went and blew open the doors. Like, did she use too much power? Couldn't you just have used not as much fuel and not have blown up the door so much that you're gonna be blown really far back away? Like, couldn't you just put in a little fuse right where the lock is? Like in every spy movie ever, they put gum sometimes, explosive gum over the lock, and poof, we're good. The whole planet is kind of like the island on Lost. Like, lots of weird shit going on. It's kind of unexplained, but it's a whole level weirder because when they bring back people, they're not just like smoke, they're like real people, but you could save them by going through some weird dimensional rift warp. Okay, there is weird warp things in Lost, but this is weirder. It's weirder because it's not as explained. Like, they have the whole wheel in Lost, but that's like with magnetic energy and shit. It's not like a dimensional rift. I don't know, maybe it's just my thing with space. I just keep repeating that. Maybe it's my thing with unexplained shit in space, but it just doesn't sit with me well. And can we just talk about the password to get into a secret safe thing in the basement to get to the weird energy aliens, okay? The second she went down there and she was like, there's a password, I'm like, it's Lilac. She's like, oh, we tried all different things that my dad would have as a password. And I'm like, you blithering idiots. Yeah, he has one daughter and he's obsessed with her. What could it possibly be? I don't know. It was fine. It was fine. What is she now? Is she real? Why did that energy make her sustain forever? Is she gonna fade away again? And if the second book isn't even about her, like, is she in the second book? Is she a character? Like, I didn't love the characters and the plot sits with me funny, so it's there. It's fine. The chapter starters with the interrogation, they were amusing at first, but after a while they kind of got old because it was like the same thing he was saying over and over. I don't know what it is. I was really expecting to love it, and I think that's why I feel disappointed because I really didn't absolutely love it. I still love the cover. Cool hips of font, beautiful pics. My favorite part is definitely when she was going through the ship trying to save Travers. Or the laundry part. I love that part. She finally could get out of that weird mechanic suit. And I like the beginning when they were like running through the ship trying to find an escape pod. I didn't expect that to be over so fast. I really, really didn't. The whole last section I found myself skim reading. Not like skimming, but my eyes just like flew through the words so fast without wanting to like take them in as much because I was annoyed with how weird it had gone, without really being explained, and how quick everything had happened, and how she lit the fuse to, and Travers let her do it. I don't know. Share your thoughts on your favorite parts. My favorite character is Let's see, I have so many to choose from. I'm gonna go with Traverse Melon, it's my favorite. Let me know what you rated this book. Share your thoughts. I'm Christine. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next time.